Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Nittani Draws. I'm Nittani, and this is part 2 of the Shattered Glass drawing. This drawing is kind of a labor of love at this point. It took me a long time to finish this. I filmed this over the course of 3 different days because I went and decided I wanted to do this in 11 by 14 size instead of my regular smaller sizes, and so that meant that there was a little bit more detail that I had to do, and also I didn't really have much of a plan going into this. I knew that I wanted to draw these diamond jewel things floating around, but I wasn't really sure where I wanted to go with them, and it sparked a cool idea, but I didn't know what I was doing. I have a little bit more of a clear plan probably about at this point in the drawing, but when I first started, I wasn't really sure where I was going with it, and it took me a long time to make a lot of decisions. I didn't really do this on the right paper for the Copic markers. I did this on watercolor paper. And watercolor paper likes to suck things up really, 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 really strongly. It's like drawing on a cotton ball, kind of. And Copic markers are expensive, and their ink is super, super expensive to replace. And I decided to draw this and color it in Copic markers on watercolor paper, and it drank up all of my juice. So I have to refill my hazelnut pen a couple of times. Luckily, I decided to buy multiples of the hazelnut pen ink stuff because it is my favorite skin tone, so I do tend to go through quite a bit of it. I'm sorry, my dog is in the background being a monster. He's chewing on something that he's supposed to be chewing on, granted, but still it's loud and distracting. The finished product, which I'm looking at right now while I'm recording this, I'm actually really, really happy with. At this point in the drawing, in the video though, it's got a little bit of an ugly duckling thing happening, and I don't know, her hair turned out so nice, and then her skin wasn't blending well. And I realized later it was because I was blending 3 like colors together, and I wasn't including any kind of interesting colors into the skin tone. So while, yes, I do use that hazelnut color, which is E23, it's my favorite, I use, what are you? Burnt Umber, E29, as the blending tone, and then E27 Africano as the other mid-tone, and then I add into it E02 Fruit Pink and R20 Blush in order to add different skin tones and stuff to it, which honestly just really brought it to life. There was some weirdness up until I added that pinkish color and the purples into the background, and really, Gator, really? Can you not? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You're gonna wake Daddy up. You're a monster. Anyway. Puppies. So, yeah, I started adding in some extra colors, and I'm inking as I'm going along in this drawing instead of at a time. Come here, Ollie. Come. Thank you. So I'm inking as I'm going along in this drawing rather than inking everything all at once. And this is, once again, because I didn't really have a very clear picture of what it was that I wanted to do with this piece. If I had had more of a clear idea, I think I probably would have sat down and inked the entire drawing, and then after I'd inked it, I'd gone in and colored it, and then, you know, like the normal order of operations. But I don't know. I just couldn't commit to anything. When I sat down, I wasn't sure if I wanted to paint it in watercolors or if I was going to use colored pencils or if I was going to come in with the Copics. It was just a really difficult decision, and I'm glad that I chose the Copics in the end because the Copics did turn out really beautiful, and I love coloring with Copics. It gives me so much control, and I can go in and layer all sorts of odd colors that don't normally go together. I can layer them all together and it looks really, really great. So I like that about it, but they're expensive. I don't know where I wandered off to. Give me a second. I'm going to shoot forward a little bit. There we go. It's funny. It's just kind of rotating on the screen. I was watching a lot of Joy of Painting at this point in the drawing. It is 3:24 in the morning while I'm recording this. And so, yeah. It's late and I'm sleepy. Oh my goodness. My puppy is shedding so bad. Hi, baby. So, this is that point when I was like moving the camera around. That was because I was refilling the pen with some more ink. And I get up for a minute and then I go and grab new nibs for the pen as well. And I think that really, really made it like 150 billion times easier to color this in, because she was no longer like wonky and liney and streaky because we had plenty of ink in the pen, and there was not an issue with the nib being broken. I think the nib was also broken, which was probably adding to the pain. The pain and suffering. He wants to chew so bad. He does not want to leave that alone. Come here, Wally. Come here. Thank you. Sorry, guys. So sorry. So sorry. He's a monster. I wish I could give you a GIF, like in the screen, but I don't know how to make GIFs. He's cute. I can guarantee that much. So, yes. I put in a new nib. I put in new ink. And look, suddenly everything is blending better. Yay! Come here. So, yeah. This is a very long drawing. Anyway, guys, I'm going to put her up for sale in my Etsy shop because it's Christmas time and I figure original art is awesome. She's only going to be 40 bucks. So if you would like her, please stop on by and pick her up. And make sure to use Gobble15 as your coupon code if you get in before November 26th, I think. Anyway, guys, thank you so much, and I will see you in the very next video.